Stories are bullets dodged. My name is Asadumebi, and every week I will tell you a short story written by a Nigerian writer or author. That's the long and short of it. So without much ado, this week's story is by Ehighocho Ruth James, and it's titled, I Wish. How much is her bill? I'll pay. I smelled his perfume before I heard his baritone voice. I did a 180-degree turn and came face to face with a tall, fine, dark-skinned man who had the most gorgeous smile spread across his face. He was sporting a grey long-sleeve shirt, tucked into black pants with a black pair of shoes. Corporate guy. A lot was running through my mind. I was wondering if he knew me from somewhere, or if this was God answering my morning devotion prayers. Dear Lord, please give me financial breakthrough today. May I receive help from areas I least expect. I was broke even though I'd received my salary 2 days ago. I had roamed the shop agonizing over what to buy as a bare minimum, and everything in my cart was essential. As the cashier rang through my items, I was already deciding what to leave behind before this good Samaritan came along. I smiled in realization of this answered prayer, and I muttered, "Thank you, Jesus," under my breath. 35,380 naira, sir, the cashier said. Here, add my stuff and give me the total bill, he said while stretching out his card to her. Thank you, sir, I said while trying to hide my surprise. As a light-skinned girl, there's little to nothing you can do to hide the red flushes on the cheeks. He smiled. You're welcome. She processed a total of 50,800 naira, thanked him and returned his card. I really appreciate the kind gesture, but have we met before? I asked him as we walked out of the supermarket. No, we haven't. So you clear up bills for random people? He laughed. Not just random people. A particular beauty who caught my attention from the moment I walked into the supermarket. I was already blushing. Nigerian men. I laughed. Oh, please. My name is Femi. What's yours? Sharon. It's a pleasure meeting you, and thank you again. You're welcome. Can I give you a ride? First, it was the payment. Now, a free ride. God really answers prayers. I was going to order a ride home. Please, you've been far too kind, so I'll pass. Thank you. Ride? Lies. Of course not. I was going to take keke napep, then walk the remaining distance to my house. Pretty please? He said with a mischievous smile on his face. I rolled my eyes. One would think I was trying to consider the offer, but deep down, I had already accepted and imagined myself in that Lexus ES350 I can see, because this Lagos sun is no respecter of person. All right, if you insist. He opened the back door, dropped his stuff, then moved over to the passenger side to open the door for me. A gentleman. I like. So, where do you live? He asked as he touched the button by the steering wheel and the engine roared to life. Just a few streets from here. If you take this road and the next diversion by your right and another left, I'll be home. Do you live around here? My office is on Azikiwe Road, but home is another 50 minutes away. It must be stressful coming all the way every day. Well, not stressful enough, seeing I just met the most beautiful girl in the world. I laughed. He was whining me, and I was smiling like a fool. My life has been a blur. Struggling to work and survive, not to talk of a sad relationship life. I couldn't remember the last time someone flattered me so much. Maybe because I caught the last flatterer riding my best friend, and she got pregnant. Yeah. Anywho, I smiled my way back to reality. We talked as he drove. We talked about work, life, politics, and by the time we got to my gate, I wished we could continue gisting. So, will you invite me in? Maybe some other time, I replied with a smile. I'm glad there will be some other time. Please give me your number. I don't want to miss out on it. Thank you so much for today. I really appreciate it, I added after we exchanged phone numbers. 24 hours later, and there was no call from him. I didn't call either. If he was interested in me, he should call first. I was already fantasizing too much and I needed to stop. A few more blocks of 24 hours and I was sat on my couch in a carbohydrate-induced lull when my phone started ringing. Good evening, Ma. I have a delivery for you from Alexa's Stitches. I am right outside your gate, Ma. Please kindly come and pick it up. I stared at my phone, utterly confused. I could not recall placing an order. Okay, I'm coming. I went outside and collected the package. I hurried back into my house and unwrapped the box. It was a black silk bodycon dress with a low slit. There was a handwritten note at the bottom of the box. It read, Hello, beautiful stranger. I hope you like the dress. Please have dinner with me. 7 p.m. tonight. Michael Garden's restaurant. Femi. It was the sweetest thing ever. How did he even know my size? I glanced at my phone. 5 p.m. Barely enough time to get ready. Shower, light makeup with smoky eye effect, dress, jewelry, heels, perfume, selfies, Uber. I walked into the restaurant and scanned the tables. Our eyes met, and he stood, smiling. He was wearing a wide long-sleeve shirt tucked into blue pants with a matching brown-colored shoe and belt. Damn, he looked so edible. Eyes fixed on me, he remained standing as I approached. When I got close, he hugged me lightly, and as his lips brushed my ear, he whispered, You're beautiful. I smiled and sat down. Not once did he divert his gaze from my face, which made me blush even more. A waitress came over, and I may be imagining it, but I swear Femi was watching my lips as I ordered my drink and inquired about the food. Femi, this dress is beautiful. How did you know my size? I own a designer shop, so I have the eye. He winked at me. And what if I have a boyfriend? You did not even ask. It doesn't matter. He doesn't matter. I liked you from the moment I saw you, and all I want is an opportunity to get to know you and connect with you. No crime in that. Do you mind? I don't. It's fine, really. Are you married, though? 'Cause I cannot believe a sweet-looking man like yourself can be single. I'm not married. With time, I'll tell you about my past relationships. Right now, I want to talk about you. What do you do? Where are you from? I am a nurse at Prime Hospital, and I'm from Rivers State. That's impressive. I'm never falling sick ever again. I laughed. So I know you own a designer shop, but where are you from? And tell me a little bit more about the designer side of you too. As he opened his mouth to answer, He froze. I followed his gaze and saw a lady dressed in a floral dress walking towards us. She stared Femi down as she approached, but turned to address me when she got to our table. She leaned in slightly and in a calm but icy tone said, "Hi, my name is Sarah. Femi's wife? She's my sister. I assume you're his colleague and not one of the numerous things he parades town with. Friendly advice? He is married." She straightened up, smiled, and walked away without causing a scene. Femi was fumbling for words. "Sharon, it's not what you think." "Femi, I'm going to assume that did not just happen. And I'll ask you again. Are you married?" "Kinda. See, I wish I met you before my wife. You are everything I want in a woman. You excite me. You make me feel..." I stood up and walked out. Ehighocho Ruth James is a writer who resides in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. She is a medical doctor with a passion for mental health. You can read more of her work on Medium at Ehighocho and connect with her on Instagram at Ehighocho and on X, formerly Twitter, at Ehighocho. Details and links will be in the episode description. If you've got a story you would like to be featured on this podcast, or a published book you want to make into an audiobook, send an email to info@osadumebi.com or send me a message at Osadumebi on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X, formerly Twitter. I look forward to collaborating with you. And if you've enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and tell a friend that stories are a good escape for a few minutes each week.